Hey everyone, Randomon565 here, and I'm gonna give you my opinion on Sly 2, Band of Thieves. The game is much different than, well, the first game. It drastically changed. For starters, the first game felt more like a Crash Bandicoot spiral game where you have to explore like the world to find portals, enter missions or levels, you complete the levels, collect a key to further the story. In here, we introduce a thief net where you can buy gadgets. Oh, and you get to play as, well, Bentley, Sly, or Murray. They definitely changed Murray's character too. Murray went from a guy, racing and, being a coward to basically the muscle of the group where he's cracking skulls of enemies. Definitely 180. Another thing they changed as well, the binocular column looks much better. And they made it, and that's another thing they did differently. Yes, you have to go to certain points to do missions. They also made the world much bigger. Also in Slide 2 there's 2 worlds. Yeah, there's 2 episodes. Each villain gets 2 episodes. Except for Dimitri. For some unknown reason he was supposed to get 2, but one of them was cut. And I believe in Sly Cooper 3, Honor Among Thieves, if you go in the extras menu, they do talk about commentary about Sly 2, which is weird. But yeah, one of them say that there was supposed to be like a part where Bentley was supposed to hack a boat and just hack a yacht, and then basically drive the yacht and then have it crash into a casino. So I'm guessing the first world should have been more casino-based rather than, what this is here. Another thing I like as well, the enemies don't immediately spot you if you get too close to them, unlike in Sly 1. This game is a big improvement on the first game. And they made the world a much bigger place to explore rather than what the first game was. Oh, and they also gave us a health bar. Yeah, unfortunately because there's no more levels, Sly does not get nearly as much gadgets or abilities from the first game anymore. It's yeah. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you also can't move Sly's face or Bentley's face doing this like in the first game. I am very cool. You also have a gadget grid, which I kind of wish you could have gotten in Slide 1, because most of the gadgets or abilities you get in the first game, it's kind of hard to remember which ones I have, and I just end up using just like 2 of them, and that's it through the entire game. It would have made it much more easier than, well, swapping through it. Though this game isn't, well, yeah, it's far from perfect, but it is a huge improvement from the first game. Some of the problems I have as well, the health. Now, some characters, yeah, they take more health than others. Bentley, I'm sorry, an enemy attacks him, he loses at least 25 to roughly 30% of his health. So he dies roughly in 3 hits. Sly loses at least, 25 to 20% of his health, depending on which enemy attacks him or what hits him. And the Mummy has the most defense. Whatever enemy hits him, he doesn't lose a huge chunk of health, unlike Sly and Bentley does. Mummy's able to take a lot of hits, roughly maybe like 17 to 20 hits before he's dead. Bentley can only take 3 to 5 hits, Sly 5 to 7 hits, really depending on what's hitting him, and that really ticks me off at that point, But the boss fights are really fun, which does bring up another thing I don't like. The bosses. You only fight them once. Yeah, unlike in Sly Cooper 1, 2, and 3, you don't have the choice to replay a mission or refight a boss fight if you want to. And some of these bosses are really fun to fight. I really want to refight again and again. But no, I don't get to. I really wish you could have gone a way to refight the bosses in the second game. I believe Bentley only fights 2 bosses. Murray only fights, I think, 1. And Sly pretty much fights all the rest. And the missions get really tougher later on in the game. Also, Sly does gain a new one-hit kill move where he sneaks up behind an enemy. He basically picks him up and slams onto the ground. Or he could just, well, spin around them so fast he creates a vortex and instant kills them, which I have to say is really horrifying. Imagine patrolling, and next thing you know, you can't breathe and you're choking to death because a raccoon sneaks up behind you, spins around you so fast, it creates a vortex, you can't breathe, and then you're dead. That's really horrifying to think of. But it does seem that Slide 1 was heavily inspired by, well, it was trying to become the next Crash or Spiral game or try to bank off their success. The gameplay heavily reminded me of a Crash level. Basically, I get hit once, I'm instant dead. I'm able to collect horseshoes for my health. Kind of like Crash's Mask. And I believe both, they're both made by the same company, Sony. But I am glad Sly became his own character and, well, became what he is. And he is still very popular to this day. Though I am a little bit sad that the Sly Cooper movie got canceled. Or did it. The Popeye the Sailor Man movie got canceled back in 2017, and 4 years later, well, 5 years later, it's getting a movie. Yeah, it's getting a movie again. Well, the Emoji Movie came out instead of Popeye the Sailor Man. So there's a chance that, well, someone's gonna find the Sly Cooper movie and make it. I mean, it's already made because the trailer already came out. By then, the movie's already made. So all it takes is for someone to find it, give it to the theaters, and yeah, have it come out. And it's a shame it didn't come out. I mean, just because the Ratchet and Clank movie didn't do well, that doesn't mean that the Sly Cooper movie would have tanked or did horrible. It probably would have been great, or probably would have won an Emmy or awards. Just because one movie didn't do well, that doesn't mean the another movie won't do better, or even, yeah. I wonder who the villain would have been in the movie. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite Sly Cooper games. It has a great story. Basically, in this game, Sly has to... That's a bit kind of creepy now that you think about it. So someone must have found the clockwork parts, took his body, and then put it into a museum. Was Clockwork famous? I mean, yeah, they do that with mummies. They take the corpses of a mummy and put it into a museum for the world to see. So I guess, maybe. But was Clockwork ever, famous to anyone else besides the Cooper family? I don't think he was. So anyway, Sly and his gang, Sly, Bentley, and Murray break into the museum to try to destroy Clockwork, but the Claw gang basically stole the Clockwork parts, and now Sly has to get the Clockwork parts from each villain, and, well, destroy Clockwork to make sure Clockwork never sees the light of day again. All in all, I really do enjoy the Sly Cooper game. And I'm really hoping that Sly 5 or Sly Reboot happens soon. I still remember how I first found, when I first played Sly Cooper. Back when I was in middle school or first year of high school, that's when I first found Sly. I was doing helping some of the people that worked at a pawn shop. And I believe my first PS2 game I got was Kingdom Hearts. And the second game I got was Sly Cooper, the Thieves Raccoonus. I played it, liked it, then I bought the sequel. Unfortunately, it took me roughly 8 years to finally play Sly 4 Thieves in Time, because back then we were poor and I didn't have enough money for a PS3. But yeah. And I really do enjoy the Ringtail. Yeah, the Ringtail, as commonly we call them. Sly is an amazing character. He's a he's still a thief though that steals from other criminals, but he does care about others and does have a sense of honor. Like rescuing, Penelope and, well, saving... Sly is a great guy. I hope everyone has a great day. I highly recommend this game to basically anyone. Though the only way you're gonna get it is you get a PS2 or a PS3 or PS Vita. But it's still worth to play. Even though I'm guessing most people have the PS5 and PS4, so chances of you getting this game are slim to none unless they do did what they did for for Crash and Spyro and just remake the first 3 games as a bundle and just Alright, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye.